It was supposed to be a quiet evening at the Maple Diner, a place where laughter, coffee, and country music filled the air. But that night, silence shattered everything. A black pregnant woman stood frozen, one hand on her belly, the other trembling after a waitress struck her across the face. Gasps echoed, phones started recording, and yet no one moved. Until the door swung open, the man who walked in wasn't just her husband. He was someone this small-town restaurant would never forget. Watch until the end. Wait a second. Tell us where you're watching from in the comments. And don't forget to subscribe for more powerful stories like this. Alicia Brown had recently moved to Willow Creek, a quiet, predominantly white town, with her husband Marcus. She was 8 months pregnant, glowing with joy and nerves about becoming a first-time mom. Marcus worked long hours as a paramedic, and that night, Alicia decided to treat herself to dinner at the local Maple Diner, a place she'd heard served the best pie in town. She sat by the window, enjoying the soft country tunes and the scent of fresh coffee, but she couldn't help noticing how people stared, subtle glances that turned to whispers. It wasn't new, but it still hurt. She told herself she was imagining it, that people were just curious. But deep down, she knew the look. It was the same look she'd seen too many times before, disbelief that someone who looked like her belonged in their peaceful little town. Alicia placed her order politely. The waitress, a blonde woman named Karen, known for her sharp tongue, barely looked at her. She scribbled on her notepad, muttered something under her breath, and walked away. 10 minutes passed, then 20. The restaurant slowly emptied, but Alicia's food never came. When she finally asked, the waitress rolled her eyes. Maybe you should try somewhere else. We don't serve people who can't behave. The words hit like ice. Confused, Alicia stammered. Excuse me? I haven't done anything wrong. Karen leaned closer, voice dripping with venom. You people always play innocent. A hush fell over the diner. An older couple shifted uncomfortably. A teenager pulled out his phone, sensing something was about to happen. Alicia stood, clutching her belly. Please, I just want my meal. I'm pregnant, Karen sneered. Then go home to your kind. Before anyone could react, the waitress raised her hand, and the sharp crack of a slap echoed through the diner. Coffee cups rattled. Alicia stumbled backward, tears streaming down her face as she gasped, one hand over her stomach. That was the moment the door opened. Marcus burst in, still in his paramedic uniform, his eyes instantly locking on his wife. The sight froze him, the red mark on her face, the silence, the fear. What happened? He demanded, his voice calm but shaking. No one answered. The waitress tried to speak, but her words faltered when Marcus pulled out his badge. Not a police badge, but one that bore the gold insignia of the State Emergency Response Division, a special task force known across the state. Someone whispered, He's that paramedic from the Capitol bombing rescue. Marcus didn't yell. He didn't threaten. He walked to his wife, knelt beside her, and held her hand. The room went silent. Every eye was on them. Every guilty heart felt smaller. Karen's arrogance drained from her face as reality set in. The next morning, the diner's name was all over the news. Videos had gone viral. Headlines read, Pregnant Black Woman Assaulted by Waitress in Small-Town Diner. Marcus and Alicia didn't ask for revenge. They asked for accountability. The restaurant shut down within days. Karen was fired and charged with assault. But the real impact went beyond punishment. Willow Creek changed. People who had stayed silent began to speak out. Strangers apologized. Alicia gave birth to a healthy baby boy a month later, a child born not into anger, but hope. She often said, That slap wasn't just against me. It was against every woman who's been told she doesn't belong. And maybe, just maybe, that night proved one truth. Silence only protects the guilty until the truth walks in. Tell us in the comments, which city and country are you watching from? Take care.